Hello and welcome to Bradio Software Development. My name is Brad and today we're going to be talking about the new WhatsApp breach that got announced today. I've been making a move away from social media, so I've removed everything, as people might already know if you watched my previous videos on downloading on Snapchat, and I've now moved over to my own personal cloud storage. So I just want to share my screen quickly, go to VNC share. And as you can see, if you type in WhatsApp in the news, we have lots of articles all about WhatsApp. So they've been known to have data breaches before. They had one, I think it was last year, which was pretty bad. So I just wanted to try and reassure a few people that it's not actually that bad. Now, they do leak your phone number, but they don't leak your chat history. Now, if we go over to the RT post that actually has a Twitter image linked, but it says here, groups may not be as secure as you think. They are. WhatsApp group chat invite links, user profiles made public again. And then if we look at the images that we have here, as you can see, I don't have a Twitter account, which is asking me to log in. So if we look at these images, we can see that if we use this Google trick up here to search a site for information, we can actually see all the group invites for loads of different groups. So if we go ahead and actually type that into Google, I think it was chat.whatsapp.com. Oh, I forgot to put a full stop. And as you can see, it's now been taken off of the internet. So whatsapp.com probably have the Google search tools, which means they can remove indexing from their files. Now, if we go to the next image, you can see that it's actually on the API subdomain as well. So if we remove chat and type in API, you can see that all of that's now gone as well. It kind of sucks because I would like to have actually clicked one of these links and actually seen what's going on behind that, but we can't. But this guy here said WhatsApp removed all of its group invite and profile links from Google at around 1 a.m. I'm assuming that's GMT. So, and they've also responded. So let's have a look at what they've said. WhatsApp advises users after group chat links seen again on Google search. And if we scroll down here, we see concerned at private group chat links being available on Google search. WhatsApp on Monday said that they have asked Google not to index such chats and advise users not to share group chat links on publicly accessible websites. Now, the only problem with this only defeats the problem a little bit, because unfortunately, even if Google don't index the WhatsApp links, you can still find them if you do like a robot scanner on the URL. So like if you decide to do a spider crawler on the api.whatsapp.com URL, we can actually build up a directory tree of all of those links. Who thinks to expose chat links on an api.whatsapp.com link? I mean, you shouldn't really be exposing anything unless you have secure credentials to access that API. So you'll probably be coming from the app, and you can basically enable open requests by SSL certificate pinning on the app, which means that only the app install can have access to this URL, and the certificate is hidden inside the app's code base. So that's actually quite an easy way of stopping people from doing this, and I don't know how they haven't caught it before. I mean, a company as big as Facebook, it just sounds mad that that they haven't managed to do that. So, but it looks like they fixed it now, which is good. I would say that even though it was quite a bad leak, I wouldn't say it's the end of the world. They've now taken it off, and I think hackers probably do have these 1,790 search results somewhere stored now, because they did leave it out in the open for a good day or so. So, yeah, the hackers probably do have loads of mobile phone numbers now, but it's not completely the end of the world, because they've kind of framed it in the way that they have access to your chat history via this exploit, but they don't. What happens is when you want to invite somebody to a group, you send out an invite link, and then you can forward that on to somebody, and then they can click it and join the group. Now, I think they expire after a certain amount of time, so if these links have been used to get into people's group chats to then download the messages, then that's very bad. But what you have to bear in mind is they can also only see the chat history from the point that they joined the group, so they can't see the chat history from before they joined. So, you know, if you see somebody join who looks a bit suspect, all you have to do is just kick them out, and they won't be able to join again. If they haven't done it yet to one of your group chats, then you probably don't have to worry, because the expiry link will get removed. And also bear in mind that you actually have to create that link in the first place in order to join the group. So when an admin creates an invite link, it gets, each one of those invite links would be on here on the URL. So it wouldn't actually apply to every single group, not unless you've generated an invite link for somebody. But obviously most people, what they do is they invite people directly from a phone number, which is kind of different. So it's not the end of the world. It is pretty bad, but yeah, it's not a good look, especially after the recent policy update where they want to converge all of the data onto Facebook. So I've actually moved over to Signal now, and I'll just talk a little bit about that now. So Signal, I found out about this through a Joe Rogan podcast. They had the owner of the foundation on his podcast, and I wanted to give it a go. So I gave it a go. I compared it to the likes of Telegram and Wicker. The reason I liked this app in particular is because if we go to developers up here and we click on the Signal JavaScript library, for example, that's what I'm most familiar with, we do actually have everything open sourced here. This is quite outdated. Maybe I'm not clicking on the right links. Here we go. So I use it on my desktop, so I use it on my Mac, and I use it on my computer. If we actually look up the Signal Android repo, we can actually see that it has actually been updated quite regularly. That's 9 minutes ago. And there's a lot of activity. Now, the one thing I will say though is it's not completely foolproof. Even though it's open source, there is a like on the delivery of from this to Signal on the app stores, there is a chance that they could add code into the folders before they actually deploy it onto the app stores. That is also a possibility, which means they could actually put some kind of man in the middle thing on there to steal all the keys, so they have access to all your keys. You never know, because once it's on that app store, it's completely black boxed and you can't see into it. So unless there's something on here that says that there's some kind of checksum, so there might be a checksum validator where you can go on the app. I don't think there is that, because I did look in the settings and I couldn't find it. But if you go to the app in the settings, I'm assuming there'll be something like a checksum thing where it would show you it, so you could validate it against this repo image to know that it's not been tampered with. But I don't think they have that in a minute. That would be a really cool addition to this. Yeah, it's I think people are going to be moving to more decentralized platforms and blockchain methods. It's going to be really interesting how the world evolves over the next couple of years. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope your worries have been rested, because it's not as bad as it sounds. But again, I think everybody should move to something like Signal or Telegram or Wicker. I just don't think, I think WhatsApp are too big and they have too many people using the platform, and now they're completely and utterly owned by Facebook, and we all know that Facebook use our data in mischievous ways, so it's not a good platform, I don't think, anymore. So thanks for watching. I hope it was informative, and I will catch you in the next video. See you later.